Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is NoDust here, and we're going to play some more Arena. So we're going to come back for run 2. Just a reminder, last time we went to 2-3 with Rogue in Arena. Not the best result, but you know, these things happen. So let's go next. Let's go again. Let's do our draft phase. So draft phase. This is our... Who are we going to pick? Now, I do have some warrior quests, but I'm going to pick based on what I'm most comfortable with. Ooh. Paladin is so good at Arena. Am I going to cop out and play Paladin? Because, you know, I've played Paladin a fair amount before, and it just feels like a cop out sometimes to just pick Paladin. But you don't always get the best draft. Okay, let's pick Paladin. I'm going to look for the wins, yeah? Let's look for the wins. Mage is also possible, but Paladin's hero power is just so powerful. There we go. Turn 1, muster for battle. Oh my gosh. Such a good pick. Yeah. And just the thing to remember from last time, I picked way too many 1-drops last time, so that's not a mistake I'm going to make this time. Hopefully not, anyway. Hammer versus Bluegill. Now, the thing about Hammer is it's just really, really slow. Paying 4 to deal 3. It's good. I think I'll take 1 off. Yeah, I'll take 1 off. Bluegill is actually worth considering there, I feel. Okay, Lieutenant is not too bad. Rockjaw is not too bad. But I think Pit Fighter... Yeah, Pit Fighter just tends to be really good value, I feel. It's a little slow, but being on that 5 mana point means it's very likely you're going to be able to play it with something else. Is there merit to the... I mean, I think there is merit to the Rockjaw Trog, especially since I'm going to be making dudes and mustering for battle. But I think I'd just take the Pit Fighter. Here, I think it's a pretty straightforward Darkine. Since I'll be making dudes and Darkine on a dude, excellent play. Sludge is always very good in Arena. Very defensive. Now here, I have a muster, so Light's Justice probably not as good. Do I pick the... I don't think I picked the Light's Justice. No, because you sort of... If you put Light's Justice in your deck, you sort of need a little bit of healing. I mean, it is one mana to deal 4 damage to their face. It's actually really good value if you can start swinging. But I think the Flesh Eating is more correct, because if I play the Flesh Eating and I trade in... But then again, Light's Justice is early game, and I want to pick a bit of early game, although Flesh Eating can be early game also. The thing with Flesh Eating is if you can clear 1 minion, it becomes a 3-3, and that's actually pretty good value. If you trade a minion into your opponent's minion, it becomes a 4-3, and that's reasonable. That's the same as Injured Blade Master, or same as that Demon Silencer, whatever the hell it's called. I don't know. Let me think on this. I like the idea of Light's Justice because it doesn't do the same thing as Muster. This thing comes much later. Being able to turn 1 Light's Justice to deal with 2 1s is quite useful. But let's take the Flesh Eating, I think. Yeah, because at certain points you're going to get offered things like the Sword. The Sword is excellent, although I might pick Humility if it wasn't up against the Sword. Healbot or Huge Toad? I think I want the Huge Toad. I really like the design of the Huge Toad. It's like an aggressive 2-drop, but it's like a control-y 2-drop. It's sort of like Flame Juggler, or whatever that one is called. The 2 for a 2/3 that deals 1 damage to a random enemy, except it's like the reverse Flame Juggler. You can be more aggressive on turn 2, and then when it dies, it gives you it's like a tiny bit of board control, just the same as Flame Juggler. So I like the Huge Toad. Very good 2-drop, I think. Eldor is excellent. If it wasn't Eldor, I might have picked a Bloodsail Corsair. It's not too bad really for weapon destruction, but the Eldor is very powerful here. Not picking the Secret Keeper because I don't have any. I'm not going to draft many secrets. Pyro will combo with Hammer. Pyro also combos ridiculously well with Equality, and we may be picking up no Equality. But the Lance, I have 4 durability. I have 6 durability worth of weapons already. Now, picking up the Lance on turn 2 is not too bad either. And the Lance is faster, although I'm going to need a little bit of healing to be able to... let's take the Lance, because I think the Lance is independently better. The Wild Pyro, I'm going to need an equality to combo with it. And the Wild Pyro equality combo is a 2-4-X. Like, I'm going to sacrifice the Wild Pyro, and I'm going to sacrifice the equality to clear the board, but it costs me 2 cards to do. Whereas Argent Lance, you know, I can use it to push for damage, I can use it to kill 3/2s. I think it's more versatile than the Wild Pyro, but then we may come to regret that. We have an okay amount of early game. Let's pick second Pit Fighter. And given that we have so much late game already, I think I take the Keeper. Although there is an argument to be made for the Lord of the Arena, but I think the Keeper is better. I haven't played with Keeper before. This is the first Paladin Arena I've done since League of Explorers finished shipping. And I really like Keeper. I've seen it in ranked play, and I like the fact that you can either A, use it to buff your own guy to deal extra damage, or B, use it to contest the board. Because if you play Keeper on an empty, like on a board where, say my opponent plays a Ventrico Mercenary and I Keeper the Ventrico does not challenge the Keeper, because this becomes a 3/3 and this is a 3/4. So I really like the Keeper in terms of like a control card. Second Keeper, maybe a little slow. Do I have any dragons? I don't have any dragons. This is the thing. It's another Paladin 4-drop, and Paladin's 4-drops are so highly contested. But then again, this is a great 6-drop play. Also, I can Hero Power and Keeper to generate a 3/4 and a 3/3, and that's 6 mana for an Ogre, like a split up Ogre. That's not too bad. I think I will take a Keeper. So let me actually note that down. Keeper of Uldaman can be used as a 6 mana 6/7 split up into 2 minions, and that's really versatile. Actually, I didn't realize that. Corsair has a place, I feel, because of my weapons, but it's only good if I have a weapon equipped, and it's great if I have True Silver. But then Worgen, I think Worgen is fine as is. Worgen has Taunt anyway, because if it's allowed to activate the Wind Fury, it does deal so much damage. It's like basically the same thing. This is like this is good in an emergency. This is good, I think, the rest of the time. Brew or Direwolf? I think I take the Direwolf. Cards that give adjacent minions plus attack are excellent in dude-making classes such as Paladin and Shaman. So, although there is an argument to be made for the Brew. Although I think I have enough late game. Bomber is excellent, given that I don't have too many 1-drops or any 1-drops. Now, do I take Seal or do I take Brew? I'm not a huge fan of Seal, honestly. 2 for 2, and you gain 4 health. I'm not a huge fan of Seal, because I already have the Argent... do I have the Lance? Yeah, I do already have the Lance. Like Seal just feels... It's good for if you're like in a health race. I find that Seal is, if you sort of use it like a Holy Light, but it's a more aggressive Holy Light, allows you to push for a little bit damage. But I think I'm going to take the Brew, yeah. Okay, third Keeper. I don't want too many of the same thing. I think I may take a Redemption here. Or is that wrong? I do want something like... Or I could take a Get Down. I prefer the Redemption, because I do have a number of good 2-drops, and redeeming one of the 2-drops is going to be quite powerful. I don't want too slow a hand. But then again, Redemption is not really a turn 1 play. Noble Sack sort of is a turn 1 play. Like, Redemption counts on me having board control. Not necessarily. I mean, if I have the Redemption down, I just play a 2-drop. It will trigger. So it does give me soft board control if I'm able to play it on turn 1 and then drop a 2-drop. This always absorbs a hit and deals 2 damage. Let's take the Redemption. It could be wrong. I could be very much wrong here, but I'm going to go by my gut feelings. I don't want 3 Keepers. I know they're good cards, but I don't want 3 of them. Blackwing, do I have any dragons? No, I don't have any dragons, so I'm taking the Lord. Competitive, not a fan of competitive. It's like a win more card. You need to have it hit at least 2 minions for it to be value, and even then, I think you want it to have it hit at least 3 minions, so 1, 4, 3, 3 worth of stats next turn. Yeah, it's like a little slow. It's a little win more. Works good with muster, but you're not always guaranteed. I think I'm taking the Little Exorcist. Although the Dragon Egg does have some merit for blocking AoEs, but I like the Little Exorcist is a little more proactive and good against things like Shredder. Good against things like not necessarily great against things like Shredder, but good against things like Creeper and so on and so forth, and big things like Huge Toad. Do I want the Jormungandr or do I want the Priestess? They both have the same amount of attack. Now the Jormungandr's health is good, but I need taunt activators. I really feel the Jormungandr is way too slow. If you think about the health gain as health that's taken away from the Priest, it's a 6 for a 5/8, and that's not too bad. Since I have a number of weapons, I think I will take the Priestess. It's just a little bit quicker than the Jormungandr, and the health, I don't think the Jormungandr's health really makes a difference. At 7 drops, you really want to be starting to make big tempo plays. This is way too slow. Yeah. I'm not a fan of Ogre. Salty is a little. I think I take the Rockjaw. Yeah, just since I'm a dude making class, I want to sort of block people from clearing my board too easily. Now Zombie Chow, I'm very tempted to take Zombie Chow. However, Zombie Chow does slow down the game for me. But do I want this game to be slowed down? How many 4 drops? How many cards do I have to play on 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Murloc Knight is so good, however. I'd like Zombie Chow, but Murloc Knight is really good. You know what? I have strong mid game. This is. I might be wrong here. I'm really thinking about skipping the Murloc Knight because it's sort of been side nerfed with things like Sir Finley and Murloc Tiny Fin. Obviously, you can still get the Murloc Knight Inspire into Murloc Knight Dream, but it's less likely now. I think I take the Zombie Chow, being the rationale being that I'm 22 cards in. I don't really have a strong 1-drop, and this makes it so much more likely that I'm going to reach the mid to late game. The way I play in Draft Arena is if you don't draft to reach the mid to late game, you run out of steam. How do I say? If you die before the mid to late game, you won't be able to play your Sludge Belchers and your Pit Fighters. Laser Trap, not a huge fan of Laser Trap. Spider Tank is not too bad, but I do like Loot Hoarder because we don't have a ton of cycle in this deck. Yeah, let's take the Loot Hoarder. Crusader is excellent here. Crusader is so good for challenging Shredders and other minions like that. Spellbreaker is also worth a consider, but I have too many 4s. Corruptor, no, I don't have any dragons, so I think I take the Crusader. Easy pick here. Earthen Ring or Bloodfen, or perhaps Light's Justice. No, I have 2. I have 6. I have 8 durability worth of weapons. I don't think I want to pick another weapon now. I have enough weapons as is. How many 2s do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's enough 2s. I'm going to pick the value Earthen Ring. Fossilized Devil Saw. Fossilized Devil. I mean, this is fine. This is like an Ironbark. So this is Ironbark for people who aren't running Druids. And, Ironbark's always a pretty good pickup. And actually, this is something for me to note down as well. This is actually a great, if you don't have big finishes, Fossilized Devil Saw is not too bad of a finisher. Although I would still stick to Kraken, because Kraken does so much more work with its Battle Cry. Do I have any beasts? I do have a Direwolf, I do have a Huge Toad. Yeah, Direwolf and Huge Toad, there's a little bit of synergy, and sometimes you don't want it to have taunt, sometimes you want it to be behind a taunt wall. This is a fine finisher. Hand of Protection or Blessing? Hand of Protection is more board control. Blessing is sort of a win more card, but also I can use it on a dangerous minion on my opponent's side and force them to trade it somewhat awkwardly. I think I take the Blessing. Yeah, Hand of Prot is good, but it fits more so in a tempo-based deck. This is much more of a value mid-game based deck. Yeah, so take the Blessing. Minibot is excellent. I think I will take Minibot, just seeing that I have 8 durability worth of weapons in here already. Take the Minibot. Juggler or Second Sludge? Juggler or Second Sludge? I have a lot of 2s already. I don't think I need any more 2s. It's going to be painful to miss out on the Juggler, but I don't want to. I don't want too much early game. I'm gonna ramp. I mean, I'm ending the game around turn 5. Not ending the game, but I'm making big power plays when I drop the Sludges and the Pit Fighters. I'm going to take Sludge. Then again, Knife Juggle can do so much work for me. Like, if it stays alive, I can Hero Power and it can throw knives. Ugh. You know what? I think I'll stick with the Sludge. Yeah, it represents some late game. They deal the same amount of damage, but it's so much more defensive. Or do I need that amount of defensiveness? Do I need that amount of defensiveness? I mean, we have some, like, this isn't really a late game finisher. The pit fighters are my late game finishers, and if I view it that way, the sludge doesn't really allow me to finish the game. It is more of a defensive pick than the knife juggler, and I think I want to be a little more aggressive since I have fairly good early game. I could use another 1-drop. Let's take the knife. Just the knife is just so good in Paladin. It's just so good in Paladin and other dude making classes. Okay, let's do some print screening. Okay, and I'll disappear into the YouTube vortex and get the deck list for you guys. Be right back. Okay, I've returned and everything should be good to go. I think the list is correct, hopefully. Let me know if there's anything wrong. Let's hop into our first game. Okay, game 1 versus Hunter. I think I throw back the True Silver just to look for a little more early game. We do have enough early game to, although the True Silver is a worthwhile keep. I think let's just throw it back, see how we go. And this is much better actually. I can 1, 2, 3. Do I want to go 1, 2, 3? Yeah, why not? I've got a lot of I'm starting quickly. Is there anything I want to bounce? No, let's start with the brew. This is a more powerful early game push, but there's nothing I really want to brew. I could have actually afforded to save the brew in hand and waited for later. Use it as pseudo card draw. That's fine. This is fine. This is exactly why I coin out the 2-drop. I get to challenge this Jeweled Scarab, and the 3-drop I might even be able to challenge the 3-drop. This is better for board control. Yeah, I think I'll run the mini bot. Just check some things. Not. Okay, that's fine. Now, luckily for us this time, we don't. Ooh, that's actually that's really good for me. Being able to pick up the zombie chow. Okay. No, I can't clear the camel actually. Do I want to little exorcist up? I think I do because it protects my brew. I picked up a freebie from that desert camel. I mean, you know, I got a free card. I got to clear one of his cards for free. We are slightly weak to explosive trap, but you know, you can't play again. You can't play around everything. You got to set up an explosive trap. That's what it feels like. Yeah, so we're lucky this time. Didn't go up against the legend card back player. You got 2 camels. Some sort of aggro hunter deck. Interesting. And do I want to hammer something? I don't think I need to hammer something. Well, if I did hammer something, I could get a more decent trade. I will do this. I think I might knife juggler dude.
Weapons ready.
Yeah, let's knife juggler dude and see where the knives fall. I want to start saving cards in hand because we're so far ahead on the board. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to push past. Do I push past? Or do I protect it? Yeah, let's push past. I'm going to take the risk. I think you would have developed an explosive trap last turn if you had it. I don't think you have it in your hand, so I'm going to push you for damage. Like I said, I started saving. Once you're sort of ahead on the board, what I like to do is Paladin is start saving resources. So you start duding instead of playing your 2-drops. Or you start duding instead of playing 3-drops. Okay, not too bad. That's fine for me. This is very neat clear, actually. I can... yeah, and I think I will... Ooh. No, I think I'll do this. I can save, I can preserve a dude, actually. Let's do it, let's preserve a dude. I can take 4 damage and possibly, yeah, even get that free clear. So... again, we're pushing out with ridiculous amounts of damage, and I will send the dude in and preserve some of my health since I didn't use my hero power this turn, and we have a very scary board. That's why I sort of feel like a cop-out when I play Paladin. It's just so... The early mid-game is just so oppressive. Things like mini-bots, things like knife juggler into muster combo. It's just ridiculous. And if you don't have the right answers, if you don't have an explosive trap, if you don't have a fan... I mean, you know, he's not a rogue, but if you don't have a fan of knives, if you don't have like that spread shot, whatever it's called, you're just not going to win. Like, you know, you got this Molten Giant, I don't care. I can just go past, and I have a keeper, so that's fine. So what I will do is I will trade one of these, and I will keep a... Actually, do I want to just... Can I just finish? How much damage do we have? Yeah, I might just be like... I might be overthinking things. I can keep that into... Can we finish? Can we finish? I don't think so. I mean, I can keep her. I can't do anything else if I keep her. I can hit, and this is 7 damage. 7 plus. It's not quite enough. It's not quite enough.
To battle.
It will be enough if I can land a lucky. If I can land a lucky juggle. So I can increase the. Nah, forget it. It's just too much thinking. Okay, that's fine. I will trade off. Well, I'm not going to kill you this turn. I might as well give you a little bit of health and then subsequently take the health away. We're looking very strong this game. Looking very much on track to finish the game. Yeah. It was a bit complex, that maths there, because, you know, if I was going to go for a lucky knife to the face, I needed to go Hammer of Wrath instead of Keeper. But Keeper is so much more of a consistent play. Being able to, you know, turn that Molten into a 3/3, so powerful. And really, I think this is too slow. Oh, not too bad, actually. You might be able to clear my board. I do have a very neat hammer. I can hammer time the questing. You definitely want to deal with my knife juggler and the mini bot. They may have also, yeah, that makes sense. But then my keeper challenges the questing. How much damage are we looking at here? Not enough, so I'm going to just hammer. Yeah, just hammer. Is there a better play? I can hit and develop Pit Fighter Dude. I think that's a little stronger, honestly. I'll do Pit Fighter actually. No, actually, yeah, because for the reason I do that is it sort of plays around Explosive Trap and that trap that hits, not Explosive Trap, sorry, Explosive Shot, and that other shot that that sort of hits the middle and does 2 on both. It's like Explosive Shot Junior. Yeah, it sort of plays around that because having 2 little weak guys in the middle makes that explosive shot have to hit at least 2 little weak guys, as opposed to, you know, if I had put one of the dudes, if I had duded after making the Pit Fighter play, would have been able to hit the dude and then hit the 2 things on the side. It's just a slight move. I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference in this game, but who knows. Now you're looking for a Taunt Beast. Okay, and then you deal 1 damage. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think I Flesh Eating here. Yeah, I think I Flesh Eating. No, well, the Flesh Eating doesn't really. I think I actually just Burly. And I'll hammer the Dread Scale. Probably should have hammered the Dread Scale first, honestly. And I will save the Weapon Charge in hand. Never know when you might need to use it to get past the taunt. And I don't have my sword in hand or anything like that. So, I mean, if I had a sword in my visible hand, then I probably would have swung with the weapon. But I don't have it. You know, I can't count on having a weapon the next turn. So I'm going to save. This is Rizz's rogue strategy. You know, that's the cool thing about Arena. You can start applying. You can apply different strategies to different contexts. Now, can you deal with my Burly Rockjaw? That's the question. I'm gonna have to send both of them in here to protect you. Do you have a Hunter's Mark or something? Yeah, see that this Pit Fighter has done so much work. Okay, that works. I like that play. This Pit Fighter is controlled the board so much, and that's what makes Pit Fighter is so good in And we will play this.
For justice.
I fight dirty.
And yeah, let's develop this. Just to put as much health on the board to make it less likely that my opponent is able to clear everything. It's not a really high amount of health, but you know, this is not too bad a card. Like if I was behind against the hunter and taking a lot of health-based pressure, this is not too bad a card. Obviously not super optimal, but that little bit of healing sometimes makes a difference, especially since I'm running 8 durability worth of weapons. Oh, you got a lot of taunts in there. Interesting. Okay, sure. You might have to use that, yeah, that core hound to control the board. The problem is, it's going to buff my flesh-eating ghoul. Yeah. Okay, sure. Still dead though, because flesh-eating goes here, and priestess goes there. Pretty straightforward game. It took longer than I expected, but I think it was the correct way to play. Like, my line of play was correct. I played safe, I played conservative, I didn't go too hard for the easy win. Okay, game 2. Okay, Paladin mirror match. I think it really does come down to who gets the muster, but the Argent Lance is going to help quite a lot. I don't tend to play a lot of Paladin mirror matches because I don't plan to play a lot of Paladin, so let's see how we go. Zombie Chow obviously is going to be very, very useful. And the Lance is also going to be very, very useful. It's sort of like a rogue weapon up. I get to control your 2-drops, and I get to control your dude making ability. Okay, and given that you didn't make a dude, I'm going to make a dude. I mean, you didn't coin out a 2-drop. I'm going to make a dude instead of showing my Argent Lance. Better to save this for surprise damage or surprise board control, in my opinion. You know, these are rogue strats, but same thing can be applied to any weapons class. Weapons are fast, whereas dudes are slow. Would have really liked to play the flesh eating on this turn, but I think I will go Argent Lance and double trade in. The muster was also a possibility, but I don't want to trade everything in. Okay, that was pretty good actually. This is actually really good because I have a really powerful weapon now. The difference between Argent Lance and muster is the weapon's not as effective next turn. The muster weapon is not as effective, although I do get a nice, you get to establish the board quite nicely. But next turn I do have mini bot into dude, or if I needed to, I could flesh eating if I needed to trade the silver hand in and gain like a 4-3, 5-3 flesh eating. Okay, that's fine too. The counterplay here is mini bot dude. And I don't think I'll swing at the ogre. I think I'm going to wait for it to sort of impale it. Although I do have a muster in hand. What am I doing next turn? I'm going to be flesh eating dude. So I can swing next turn. I can swing turn 6. Well, although I do have lord. Yeah, let's save the muster. I want to save muster for knife juggler combo if I can find it. Muster knife juggler combo. If I get a something like a dire wolf in hand. Okay, so you're going to do explosive. I don't know how much sense that makes because that allows me to clear your brute. That allows me to clear also. Like, why would you play that? Like, why would you not dude? Because that clears your. That makes no sense to me at all. No, I think I played that a little too quickly. I probably should have considered playing the ghoul, but now I can play the ghoul. The ghoul would have gone down to 1 health and thereby be in range of consecrate, which is probably not a good thing. At this board state, now my health is a little low, but we do have a priestess of the moon. At this board state, if I get consecrated, the ghoul goes up to 5 attack, and that's actually pretty good. The consecrate, he's quite punished by the consecrate. And I like that. Okay, silence, that's pretty good. Drawing out the silence means I get to trade these 2 things in. Actually, I will develop the keeper, I mean the lord, and I will trade this guy in just to play around MCT. One of the things about playing in arena is knowing what sort of picks that the arena helpers will help you with. Now, I don't use arena helpers. You saw me do that draft. I wasn't typing things into a website. That's not what I do. But it's useful to know what sort of arena picks are recommended, and definitely MCT. Those arena helpers, I think they tell you to take them if it comes up. It's definitely the first MCT, and same as me, I would take the first MCT. Okay. Do I want to keep my own guy? Or can I... What can I do here? I can hammer muster, actually. And that's not too bad. Yeah, I think I'll save the keeper for later. Yeah, hammer muster. Now, I'm not... And again, get to play around... Now, my health is not super high, but if you look at the amount of damage on the board, the health is going to swing very, very quickly. We've got 5 plus 6 plus 1 more, so 5, 6 plus 6 is 12 damage on board. And with the keeper, I can finish the game. Keeper will add 2 damage to my... Okay, that's fine, it doesn't do anything. So we have... Let me just double count. 6 plus 6. And a keeper adds 2 damage. That should be fine. Yeah, keeper adds 2 damage. And keepers, that's another great use of the keeper. You know, he can use it as burst. It's like secret Paladin burst. And another fairly straightforward game. Now, I definitely do think once you go to 2-0, you're going to start running into tough decks. So, let me see. Do I want to do another game? I think another game might be asking a little much. And definitely, I spent a lot of time on the draft this time round. I did slow myself down, and that first run 1 with the rogue, I drafted fairly quickly, I think, and I didn't think too much about taking those pit snakes. But this list, I'm much more comfortable with this list, and again, like I said, Paladin's a little bit of a cop out. Sorry for the Paladin fanatics out there, but come on, man, you've got things like Juggler. Things in it, your hero power is ridiculous. You've got things like Argent Lance, Shielded Minibot, Muster, Aldor. It's so likely that you get to the mid-late game, and if you just draft just a little bit of strong mid-late game, such as 2-bit fighters and a Devil Soul, like you're looking pretty. And I think that we're going to go at least 4 wins with this deck. I don't want to predict too high. But definitely we're going to start facing difficult opponents next time around. So anyway, let's finish up here. I think if I'd spent a little less time ranting in the draft phase, then we could have fit another game, but unfortunately not. So let's wrap things up there. Let me get things ready to close. Okay, so thanks in advance, guys, for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I do this for the love, so any gestures of appreciation are much appreciated. So hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. Hope you guys have a lovely day and a lovely New Year's Eve and New Year's Day coming up the next few days, where I'm recording this very close to the close of 2015. Okay, so thanks for watching, guys. This is NoDust signing off.